From NBC News, this is Today.
And coming up, we're going to tell you how to raise money, how to raise your kids who know how to manage money and raise money, I guess. Yeah. But first, this is Today on NBC.
This morning on Today's Money, raising financially savvy kids. With the economy struggling and people taking on mountains of debt, it is important to teach children good money skills early on. Well, we have some tips in a moment. First, we want to introduce you to a teenager who's off to a great start. 15-year-old Christian Wright has his own jewelry business and was recently featured on the TV show Biz Kids.
This is called Art by Christian. It's a jewelry business. To make jewelry, first I have to have a product, and then I need the tools. Usually I go on the internet, and a week later I get them right here. Once I get my supplies in the mail, I set out what I need: pins, my tools, and my beads. I take my head pin and put the beads on. Then I wrap it, cut it, and I have my earring. As a way of getting more business, I asked a local pizza parlor if I could do a little jewelry show in the corner. Everything I make is sterling silver. That would be $25. I love dirt biking. It's one of my passions. My short-term goal was to buy a new motorcycle. I knew I had to make $220 a month for 12 months to reach my goal of $2,600. And now I have my bike. And someday I'll have a house and a mortgage.
Yes, you will. Christian Wright is here with Today financial editor Jean Chatzky. Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
Christian, the jewelry is gorgeous, and I said that in the break when I walked out here. Why jewelry? And did the kids tease you? Your friends, the guys especially, when you said, I'm going to make earrings?
Yeah, they did tease me a little bit, but they didn't tease me after I told them how much I made.
Why did you decide to do jewelry?
Well, my mom got me this kit where you can make earrings, necklaces, and bracelets. And
so you had a knack for it?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it kind of taught you how to make it. And while I was making it, she was kind of joking around with me, and she said, you know, you can make a business out of this.
And sure enough, 2.5 years later, you've made $5,000,
yeah.
Right? And I know you spent some of the money on the dirt bike, but you've been very methodical in what you do with the money. What else have you done with it?
I always give back. Church, and every sale I make, I donate to Junior Achievement.
Junior Achievement is one of the groups that really helped teach you about being smart about finances. What's the most important lesson you learned?
They've taught me that I can achieve whatever I want to achieve. I can do whatever I want to.
You're an amazing young man, but Jean, you think that a lot of kids could be successful like Christian if parents just offered them some advice and some tips really pretty early on, right?
Absolutely. Starting as teenagers, kids really have the sort of skills that they need to go into these sorts of businesses. They just need the parents to help them along the way.
So what's the first tip you would offer to parents?
Well, when it comes to teaching your kids about money, you really have to open the window and let them into your financial life a little bit.
Let them see you paying the bills and the whole thing?
Paying the bills, depositing checks, which they don't see anymore. Kids think money comes to us like magic out of ATM machines and credit cards. We need to let them know exactly what's happening. We're working and we're making it, and then we can spend it.
And you say when it comes to allowances, there should be strings attached. What does that mean?
That means once you start giving your child an allowance, there need to be things that you as a parent are not willing to pay for anymore, so that the kid not only gets money, but they have financial responsibilities.
So if they want extra treats or a fancy pair of jeans or whatever it is, they take it out of their...
Right, as your kids get older, they can have a clothing allowance or pay for their own entertainment, but there needs to be some limits.
And we have a chart of average allowances for kids beginning at age 4 all the way to 18, and that's about the range you think it should be at?
Yeah, these are fairly good numbers, and they go up depending on how much you expect your child to pay for.
Okay, and also you say that you should help your children figure out how to earn more.
Exactly, just as Christian's mother did with him. Once your kids start having goals for bigger things, then you sit down and you say, okay, maybe you can do jobs inside the house that I will no longer pay other people to do. You can start babysitting, delivering newspapers, all the traditional methods. There are a lot of kids with businesses these days on the internet. The door is wide open. You just need to figure out what your kids' skills are, their aptitudes, and where they might be able to go with this.
But if they get in trouble with their finances, this is the one I would have a hard time with as a mom. You say, you know, tough love, do not bail the kids out.
Absolutely not. Not unless you want a 25-year-old sleeping on your couch. You have to tell your child, you bought this, you're stuck with it, you want something else, you earn some more money.
And finally, use technology.
Because your kids live online, so if they have the ability to help you input your records in Quicken, they can learn a lesson that way.
All right, Jean Chaskey, always a pleasure. Christian,
Thanks.
how much are those earrings? How much are these, Rick? Do you know?
$15.
I'm taking those, okay?
Okay.
And I'll give you a tip, too. All right, Christian Wright, Jean Chaskey, thank you both.